This is your brain cells here. These little bubbles here. These represent your brain cells. This is a photograph inside of your brain. And these bubbles here are brain tissue. And this, in this area, is a liquid-filled space that we call the third ventricle of your brain. This item floating right here is what you call your third eye. That is your anatomical third eye. That's in your body. Right now. Every time a planet moves, something moves inside of that galaxy. But it's not a galaxy. It's something larger than that. And you have the largest one in your brain than any race. It also causes you to be connected to outer space. It becomes inner space with African people. Now, I'm talking about an area called your third ventricle where a gland resides that we call the pineal gland. That's the gland I was referring to that makes this color, this pigment called melanin, which makes your skin brown. It's made by this gland here, primarily by this gland called the pineal gland. And this gland triggers responses in all the other glands. It keeps your body in rhythmicity, keeps everything in clockworking order. Anything that affects this gland will affect all the glands in your body. Anything that alters the ability of your glands to work, a cough suppressant that suppresses secretions of your gland. Antiperspirants that suppress the secretion of your glands. Anything that suppresses the secretions of your glands stops the ability of the pineal gland to function.
You are the embodiment of everything in creation. That is a very high science to know, and it's secret information, and it's something that, black people, in order to wake up, you need to understand that. So I'm going to put it gently to you that, let's just say you have the God genes. They have said that openly. You have the God genes. You have the strongest genes. But what I'm telling you is that everything about you is all the elements of creation. And who do we call a creator? God. But and in the Bible it says you are made in the image of God, and you can have the same power as Jesus. The problem with that is you don't need fucking Jesus. And I like the way I just said that. You don't need fucking Jesus. They put Jesus in there, so you're directing your energy toward a white figure. And let me just put a period on that. Let me slow myself down so I don't start ad-libbing a lot. I think I just made a valid point. So again, the secret is that your soul is a light, and they don't have that. That is the ultimate secret. Now, let's jump to these celebrities, because that's the whole point of this, my jumping on the phone. They are psychopaths. You can't reason with them. Their nature is warring, killing, stealing, robbing, murder, abhorrent sexual acts, and nothing in love. Nothing is done in love. And for you, their whole purpose is to keep control. They have a very good control over this place because they have everybody in ignorance, and they've had them in ignorance for a pretty long time. Well, in the scheme of how long we've lived for millions of years, this is nothing. This is a snap of your fingers of the time frame that these beasts have ruled the world. So anyway, they know that they're on a time limit. They don't want you to wake up, okay? But let me jump back to the celebrity thing, because that's what the whole thing is. You want to say, why aren't they gonna? What do you mean sacrifice? You think look, because we're using the word sacrifice, you think it's just killing. Okay, you're just gonna kill somebody. It's more than that. Yes, it's killing. It's the act of killing which gives them pleasure to do because they're unnatural in every single way. And they have us acting unnatural here too because of money. You're paying for love, you're paying for intimacy, you're paying for water, you're paying for things that grow out of the ground naturally, you're paying for concrete bricks to have a house over your head when you can use clay and mud and natural things. You're paying for an ID, you're paying, even to die, you get taxed. You can't even die. You got to pay somebody because you died. So those are just some examples of how the unnatural state that we're in, besides white supremacy making everybody hate themselves. So, getting back to these celebrities, okay? Getting back to the beast. Why do they need to sacrifice? Actually, they do need to sacrifice. I'm glad I said that. They need to. Number one, they get energy from you. Just the act of doing it, it gives them pleasure, but it also gives them energy. Number two, I know this is hard for you to accept, but they consume your blood, and they have been doing it for ages, and that's where you get the idea of vampires. Now, some people want to flip that around and try to say black people are the vampires. No. Okay. White people are the vampires. Just look at the mythology of it. Okay. What does Dracula do? He's afraid of the sun. How do white people feel about the sun? They try to embrace it, but really, you know, their natural body and the sun don't work together well. Anyway, I'm not going to explain more, but the story around Dracula is a metaphor for them. Okay, they need your blood, they drink your blood. Now, number two is that because you have such divine and strong, okay, we're going to just do kitty talk here, okay, I'm not going to try to do metaphysical talk or anything. Just because you have strong DNA, then they will use your organs, sell your organs, you know, put you in the freezer for some extra body parts when they start falling apart. And this is no joke. This is not a joke. This has been going on for a long time. We're only now in the era where their secrets have caught up to the level of their control. So time has just caught up with them that, okay, the internet has to be for everybody now. But they've always had the internet. Sorry to tell you that. You know, I can't say exactly when it was invented, and it was also invented by a black person. When they've had that in a military setting. So anyway, that's another point of information that you can learn. So getting back to these celebrities, number one, they do it for money, obviously, to keep the fame. Number two, black people are the creators and the inventors of the world. Of anything creative and inventive, it's coming from black people. Even the languages and the cultures and all of these different beautiful clothing and everything, it's coming from indigenous black people, okay? I will quantify what I'm saying, indigenous black people. So that means you were all over. Every root of the indigenous is black. And white people are not indigenous. Let me clarify that. Let me say that again. White people are not indigenous to any place here. They're not indigenous. Indigenous means that you are like a weed and you just pop up here because you are part of the earth. And you don't have to plant a weed. The weed will come Wherever it's supposed to come, it's gonna pop up, and it's gonna always keep popping up. So, white people are not like that. You are indigenous to the planet. You brown person, black person, you're indigenous. The white person, I don't want to get into trying to explain it to you because it's hard to convince you, but they are they are a creation, a man-made creation by mistake. And I have seen a movie that literally said that. But this is science from Bobby Hemmett, and it's what is in the papyrus and everything, okay? That you will never get your hands on. You will never have your eyes set upon it. You will never know it. Hence, we are in this state of fuckery, the state of this world, because all the knowledge of the universe, they have it. So let me stop, because I could start talking about something with that.